Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about the film Romance Papa, which is a South Korean film produced in 1960. It talks about a family of husband, wife and 5 children. The husband, he worked, his salary was a bit small, they were poor, but they were extremely happy, and the father, despite the financial difficulties, he was always in a bad mood, he was a likable character, everyone in the household was very decent, good people. The eldest daughter, she got married. The father was a little bit jealous, but she got married with a meteorologist and it was a nice marriage. He had 2 sons. One of them was apparently studying at the university, but he was actually working in the film industry and he dated an actress, but nobody at home knew about it. And the other 3 children, they were younger, they were still at school, and it was a happy and enjoyable family. Throughout the film, you can see many aspects of a typical Korean family of the time. So if you are a fan of Korean culture, this film is for you, highly recommendable. And then there are jokes among the brothers, who was the more powerful, who was the strongest, and if they were stronger than the father. And we can see that the father, he was feeling that he was getting old, and he was slowly getting sad about it. Both the husband and wife, they sometimes picked on each other, but they actually had a nice marriage. And things were going on in the household. However, there is a very funny scene when a thief enters the household. The father is alone at home, and then to protect his house, he pretended to the thief that he was another thief. Then the thief asked how much he got to rob and everything, and then they started to talk. And then the father asked the thief why he was robbing, and then he said that his wife had 12 children and he was fired from his work. The father felt sorry for the guy, gave some food to him. However, the entire family returned home, the wife, the children, everyone at the same time, and then the thief got scared and ran away. And fortunately, he didn't steal anything. It was just a poor person who desperately needed money. And after a while, everything was fine in the job of the father, but the company changed managers and he got fired because of his age. Then he was drinking with a younger colleague, work colleague, the day he lost his job, and he met at night his son, the one he thought was at the university. Then his son confessed to him that he quit school, that he was working with films. He introduced his girlfriend who was with him. And then the father confessed to him that he lost his job, but he asked him not to tell anyone, and in exchange for that he wouldn't tell anyone that his son had quit school. And then his son started giving some pocket money to the father so he could pretend he was going to work. And after a while he had the idea of selling his watch, and he expected to have the amount of a month's salary for the watch. But he actually got a much lower amount of money. But he returned money with what was supposed to be his salary, and he told his wife that the work was deducing some money because the work paid an advancement to him because of the marriage of his daughter. And then he told his wife that his company was making monthly deductions of his salary. He convinced her, and his lie was going through. However, his son-in-law, the husband of her married daughter, someday he called his company because he wanted to ask something to the father's colleague. And then he got to know that his father-in-law had been fired from the job. Of course, he told his wife, and his wife told her mother, and everyone got to know about it. And the father, who was giving signals that he was depressed, so the entire family agreed that they would try to find jobs according to their skills, and they would pretend they didn't know that the father was fired from his job until he decided to spontaneously tell this to his family. So all the other children, they got to find jobs. One daughter, she was working as a typist, the other one as a teacher, and the son, one of the sons, he was selling dogs. And then each one got to find a job and help in the household to make ends meet. So financially, the house was fine because everyone was working. Still, the father didn't know that his family knew that he was fired. But the day of his birthday came, so the family decided to organize a surprise party to him. After all, everyone worked, everyone had some money to contribute to the party, and then there was the party, and his son-in-law got to buy back the watch that he sold. He got to find the clock, he bought it back and gave to him as a birthday present. And it was then that the father realized that his family already knew that he was fired from his job. He got very emotional, everyone had a wonderful time, and in the end we can see that the family remained united despite all difficulties. And it's a very family-friendly film. It shows that when people have a family, a good family, they are stronger. The value of family, the value of loyalty, and how wonderful it is to have around you people who like you, who support you in difficult moments. And even his younger work colleague of the father, he got to meet the father on the street a while later, and he asked how the father was. He really cared about him. He even called the father to drink again. He said he would pay. So it's one very, very touching film, very relaxing, very educative, because you can learn details of family life of a Korean family, and we can see once more the roots, the prototype of what would become the K-dramas nowadays. The innocent love, the importance of love, love without association with sex, fraternity, good values being spread. It's a kind of film that shows it all. And we can see that current day K-dramas, they really have an origin. That's all for now, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you!